Hey everyone, so today's live. This is the sit down on birth control. Now, in no way am I a doctor or a physician or anyone who's telling you you should or should not take birth control, but I'm going to speak on like what I've been through with birth control. These are a few questions asked on like birth control, asked about it. Okay. Does hormonal birth control make me gain weight? Well, for me, it didn't. Something else made me gain weight. Like, that is a side effect of, like, for this, it says no, but it is a side effect of certain, like, birth controls can make you gain weight. Like, the depot shot, it can make you gain weight. I've known more than one person to take it and they've gained weight and they stop taking it and they stop gaining as much weight. It affects your hormones, so it can make you gain weight. It depends on the person. All right, can I get pregnant one day a month? Well, I don't know about this, but I'm going to read it out for you. If you have a regular period, your body releases one egg on one day each month, but the window when you can get pregnant is much longer than 24 hours. The egg is only available to be fertilized for about 12 to 24 hours after ovulation, according to the American Pregnancy Association, but sperm can live in the body for 3 to 5 days after intercourse. Add that to the day the egg is available, your most fertile window rises for approximately 5 to 7 days. In other words, you can get pregnant for about a week. Oh. Can I have intercourse without a condom the day I start my hormonal birth control? Uh, like, for me, I wouldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't test it at all
Mm-hmm.
because it's just giving you the hormones. It's not gonna, like, there's a possibility you could get pregnant,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't, take it. Okay, it says not if you want the assurance of not getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
can you still like get pregnant if you use condom? Let's just do opposite of this
Hmm.
question.
Well, I mean, like, you can. If you use a condom, you still can get pregnant because the condom can fail, or you could use it incorrectly, or the person can just plain out say they used it and didn't use it. Like, using it can also lead to it messing up or having a malfunction, and you can end up pregnant.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
So they had a lot of effects.
Yeah, that's why one of my methods that I say you should like do when it comes to birth control, if you don't want to like take birth control and keep abstinence, then it would be a condom and spermicide because the
Mm-hmm.
spermicide kills the sperm and the condom should protect you from it. There's an app actually called Eve by Glow, and it shows 17 different ways you can seven different not seven 17 different birth controls you can use. And for the condom, if I can find it, for the male condom, it says it's loading, hold on. All right, quick facts. It says effectiveness so so. The way people typically use them better when used perfectly. Side effects usually none unless you have a latex allergy. That's another thing I want to get into. You should always check and see if you have a latex allergy before you use latex condoms because you can have an allergic reaction.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to show different types of birth control. The most common one that I've like known my friends to take is the pill. It's usually like a combination pill, and it's I mean like you can take it, but it's like when you take it, you need to make sure you take it at the same time every day and you don't miss a day. There are
Yeah.
some, let me see if I can look it up. All right. All right. Here's a standard one. For all these yellow ones, these are the pills that have the hormones in them. It's like a combination of hormones, and it's in each one of the yellow ones. These, however, the white ones, the ones that are a different color, they're placebo. So that means they don't have hormones. You just take it so you're on a schedule. You start here at the first one and you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you start over. And that's how these are. They usually start on Sunday instead of Monday, though. But yeah, you start off each week with each pill, and you have to take it at the same time every day so the hormones will go in correctly. And it also helps with not getting pregnant. But you should always pair it with another form of birth control, like a female or male condom.
Yeah.
Both
Sorry, I
condoms
had to
are
mute for a
shaped
minute.
different. It's all right. Both are shaped different. This one, they're shaped to fit. Um, it's it's not. I'm not gonna say it's a myth, but when people say like the male condom can hold a basketball, it can. But when they're not, what they're not thinking about is intercourse and how it's gonna feel on the male partner. If you get him a small and he's a large, it's gonna fit on him, but it's most likely gonna slide off. The friction from moving like that is going to either make it break or it's gonna make it slip off. And it's just uncomfortable for the male. So you should always make sure if you are going to have intercourse, make sure your partner is like they have a condom as well as you have one. And make
Girls
sure,
have condoms?
yeah, it's a female
Really?
condom. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
I'm gonna try to look one up without any crazy thing popping up. Pretty much like it looks like a little baggie, like
Can
this,
use it. Mingo, go to sleep.
like this. It's trying to load, but it's pretty much like a bag. That's how it looks. If it'll come back,
Wow.
that's how it looks inside. It's pretty much like a bag.
So do you just stick it in there? Or...
Yeah, pretty much. You just stick it inside. Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
All right.
Tell my dog
Another
hi.
one is the horm. Another one is the hormonal ring. I don't use this one, so I can't speak on it, but I can go to the app and read about it.
Yeah.
Later on, I'll show you what the app looks like. Okay, so one of the
Get out,
I'm
Fredo.
smacking my lips. One of
Go
the
to sleep.
known brands is the Nuva ring,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how to insert it or anything, but they said this is what it looks like a little rubber band. But you insert it, and it's supposed to help with not getting pregnant. There's steps online on how to insert it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but like I'm not gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, the UID. With this, there have been cases where people have gotten pregnant with this still inside of them. Let me show you what it looks like. All right, here's what it looks like on the inside. This is where insertion is. This is the uterus. These
Mm-hmm.
are the ovaries. The egg goes through the fallopian tubes into here and they implant themselves. And the sperm goes in and they attach themselves to the egg. And that's usually when the woman gets pregnant and everything. But like with this, I don't understand how it stops a woman from getting pregnant. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but this is how it goes in. And there have been cases where women have still gotten pregnant with it still inside of them. And there was one where a baby came out holding it, and like I've had family members get pregnant while having one, and they had to get it taken out because they were pregnant. The injection is the depot shot. Usually, that's the one I usually correlate it with, and that's the one where I've been saying like you'll get pregnant. Well, not pregnant. That's the wrong word. You'll get a little chunkier when you use it because the people that I've known that have used it, it's been at least 3 people that I've known that have used it. I'm not going to speak on everyone that's used it, but the people that I know that have used it have gained some weight because it slowed down their metabolism. Okay, surgical sterilization. That's dang, I forgot the name for it. It's so easy, but like I forgot the name. It's basically where, like, when you get your tubes tied, or yeah, tubes tied and surgical sterilizations. It's a surgical procedure that makes you unable to have kids. Usually, some people can have kids after getting their tubes tied. There have been there have been cases where
Oh yeah, because I heard that they can do like a reverse their tube, something like that.
mm-hmm, if they want a baby, they can get their tubes reversed. I'm not a doctor. All right, the implant. That's it's dang. I don't know what it's exactly called, but yeah, the implant. It's on my thumbnail, that little white line. It's just an implant. They get it implanted into their arm usually. I could go try to search it up.
Yeah.
Also, we have an hour to talk about all this. This is the implant. I'm not sure if that's how long it is, but it's
Dang.
usually you just get it stuck in your arm. All right,
Oh, is that
there's
what she has? That Jenny told me.
no. I think she got the depot where you get the shot in your arm.
Hmm.
All right, then the coitus interruptus. That's what I'm guessing that is. I don't
Which one?
know. I'm gonna just look it up. This one right here, coitus interruptus. What I'm guessing is you just don't have intercourse at all. But I'm gonna look it up to make sure.
Then?
I am horrible at spelling, so forgive me. Um, coitus. I'm just gonna look it up on my phone. That'll be faster because I type really fast on my phone.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm almost done with this word discussion. I have 171 and 300.
I can't wait to join college. I'm so ready.
How many people
Okay,
do we have on here?
just one. Most likely Jenny. We had like 3 earlier, but I probably bored them. Okay. Oh, I know what this method is. Everyone's favorite method. This is the withdrawal method.
What is that?
So it's where once they get to the point where they're about to finish up, they just pull out. They call it the pull out method. And this is a very bad one to do because there's still a chance that pre-ejaculation comes out, or they pull out too late, or they pull out and then it shoots and it still gets like near the area because sperm still swims up. So there's still a chance that you can get pregnant with this one. And this is the one that doctors
Go
say
tell your
they
computer.
don't want them to use. Hold on. Oops. All right.
So I did upload that video about the trailer.
Okay. All right. The pull-out method. This I wouldn't. There it is. Coitus interruptus. But oh, I get it. Interrupting coitus.
Where's the blue
But
button?
I really don't recommend this. I mean, if you want to live on the wild side, go ahead. But I'm not gonna
Wild
recommend
side?
it. Yeah, you want to live on the side where it's like you don't care, you like danger, you're gonna do it. One day you're gonna end up pregnant. You don't care. Go ahead, be my guest, but I'm not gonna recommend it to anyone. All right, calendar rhythm method. Oh, I'm so horrible at spelling. All right, the rhythm method, also known as the calendar method or the calendar rhythm method, is a form of natural family planning. Use the rhythm method to track your menstrual history to predict when you ovulate. This helps you determine when you're most likely to conceive. Here's a little picture of it right here. Well, there's a lot right here, but there's one loading over here. All right, so it'll show these are the days when you're infertile. This is when your period starts
Mm-hmm.
day 1 through 7. That means you're infertile. Oh, that says infertile, not fertile. But this says you're infertile. Day 1 through 7, you're infertile. But days 8 through 19, you're fertile. And then days 20 through about 32, it says you're infertile. So they usually just go by the calendar and they'll just mark off, I can't do it these days because it's not gonna, like, I'm not gonna be able to have a kid because I'm gonna be infertile. But this
Mm-hmm.
day is the window period. That's usually what they do. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And the patch. The patch, I have these little band aid things that look kind of like a patch, but it's like for scars. I'm going to show you what the patch looks like. Patch birth control. All right. You need a prescription for it. It says effectiveness is 91% with typical use. You have to replace it every week. All right, it's a thin beige piece of plastic that looks like a square band aid. It's easy to use and works like the pill, but you only need to change the patch once a week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that actually sounds good, but it's still putting hormones into you. Lots of people don't like to put the extra hormones into themselves, so they like to go for something else,
Mm-hmm.
like the pull out method or like condoms or something, which still isn't good. You should always try to make sure you have as much protection as possible if you're not ready to have a kid.
Right.
All right, the diaphragm. Let's see if they'll have a diaphragm down here. Right here. All right. That's not the right diaphragm. This is for your anatomy. For your
Let me show you out.
anatomy, but this is the diaphragm. This is what it looks like. It looks like a little cap. It says effectiveness 88%. All right. Inserts were up to 18 hours prior. So that means, oh, you need a prescription for it. Okay. Well, this is basically just put it in, and all I know is that you put it in, to be honest. Okay, so it says overview. The diaphragm is a dome shaped silicone cup used to insert 4 hours before intercourse to prevent pregnancy. To work effectively, it needs to be used with spermicide to block the sperm from reaching the eggs. See, but some people say that spermicide hurts, like it can not hurts, but irritates them. That's all the methods for this picture right here, but there are about 18 different methods you could use. Mm, see if this has any more. No, those are the same. Contracept. This is not a contraception method. A vaginal douche can clean out all the good bacteria on the inside, and it can lead you to getting yeast infections. So this is not a good method because you can wash out all kinds of other stuff, but if you don't wash out the sperm, all the sperm, then you could still get pregnant because there's a
Say
possibility
what again?
that the this one says vaginal douche. It's the thing where you squirt the water up.
Hmm.
It's like I don't recommend this to anyone because
Who can
you
use it? A
can
male or female?
female, but it's
Mm.
like people can use it and they'll end up like washing out the good bacteria that's inside of them, and it can cause them to get yeast infections. All right, here's the effectiveness of the types of birth control. This side over here is most effective. This side is least effective. Like I said, the male condom, it's not very effective used on its own. Use something like spermicide with it, and it should help out a little bit more.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the least effective and work my way to more effective. So yeah, you have how to use the male condom. You have to use it every time, and it says chances of getting pregnant 18 out of 100 women. So that's least effective. With
Hmm.
the pill, that's the one I used to take.
Is
It
that great?
says, well, I mean, like you're putting the the hormones into your body, and it can cause a lot of other things. I'll get into that in a moment,
Hmm.
but you have to take it the same time every day. It says 9 out of 100 women can get pregnant. It's it's more effective than the male condom, but at the same time, if you don't use both of them at the same time, your
Hmm.
chances will still be worse. All right,
Yeah.
so the IUD. Okay. It says how to use it. It's placed by a healthcare provider. The copper IUD can last up to 10 years. Okay. The progestin IUD lasts for 3 to 5 years. Chances of getting pregnant less than 1 out of 100 women. There's still a chance you can get pregnant, but it's not as high as a chance as using a combination pill or
Hmm.
a condom. The implant, that's the one where it's like the little stick. Let me see if I can go back to it. The birth control implant, it's a little stick, and they put it in your arm. The Nexplanon, I think that's the name of one of them. Yeah, Nexplanon right here. They put it in your arm, and you're usually
Uh-huh.
good for about 3 years. Yeah, you're
Really?
good for 3 years.
So can that still make you pregnant, or what is that?
Well, I mean, like it can get you. You can still get pregnant while having it, but it's a lower chance of getting
Then,
pregnant
then
than
why do
like.
people put that on if it's like, since it's a lower chance? Why do like do they recommend it?
Well, some people recommend it. Like they're saying you can put this in, and it lasts
Hmm.
for about 3 years. And if
Yeah.
you take the pill, you have to take it once a day, every day. until you feel like, hey, I don't want to take it and I want to try to get a kid. That's when
So
you stop using that.
so the pill can help, can prevent.
Yes.
So what if you don't take a pill one day? What will happen?
Well,
Some of
then
the
it depends. If you have like, let me look up one of the things. Hold on.
yeah. Also, that's it. So this person commented on my video saying, "Nice video, my guy." I'm about to comment. Laugh loud. I'm a female.
Oh gosh.
Can they call a girl a guy? No, right?
Well, I mean, like people usually call girls dude or bro. It's kind of funny, but they do that. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So with the birth control, the pill form, they usually recommend it to women with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is, I'm not sure if it's common, but I know that I have a family member with it and I have it as well. It's it's not something to joke around with. About 32% of women that have it can well, not can, but have had successful pregnancies. And some women that have it have cysts on their ovaries. So it's like they have polycystic means more
Well,
than one
yeah.
cyst usually. And ovarian syndrome, it's a syndrome where you have cysts on your ovaries and it also messes with your hormones.
Mhm.
See, like on her face, she has the acne. It says it can also include facial hair, and it also affects your weight, and it can make it can make it harder for you to lose weight. Like this picture right here,
Mhm.
once it comes up, it's not something to joke around with. If you plan on having kids, you should always try to make sure you better your chances at a young age.
Yeah.
All right,
Um. Do
go ahead.
you agree having kids like around like your 30s and stuff?
Well, yeah, they usually say that women start going through menopause around their late 40s, 50s.
Mhm.
And I think if you want a kid, you should try to get a kid around your late 20s to about your early 30s or mid 30s. Like
Yeah.
you can try to get a kid in your 40s, but those
They
are
said that it
older
will be
eggs
like
in your
risk
body.
of having Down syndrome if you have your kids like around 40 or kind of late.
Yeah, it's been a study that's been done. They'll say that older women, like women in their 40s, the 50s, who are still producing eggs, will still have eggs. If they produce a kid, they have a higher chance of their kid having Down syndrome, and it's most likely, in my opinion, because the eggs have been there for the longest. Like it's usually like women are born with as many eggs as we're gonna have. Like all the eggs we
Mhm.
have are supposed to be children. If they don't turn into children, they're gonna be periods or menstrual cycles. And
Yeah.
once you have a period, that's an egg that's gone. So if you're born with 100 eggs, if you have a period once a month, then you're gonna run out of eggs eventually. And once you run out of eggs, then you don't have any more and you can't have any more kids because you
Really?
need the egg to have kids. Yes. But men, on the other hand, they create sperm like more often than, well, not more often than women because women don't create sperm, but men can have kids well into their like 50s or 60s. Like there have been
Mhm.
cases where like men that are 100 years old have like had intercourse with a woman and
Yeah.
have had kids.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really affect the kids if the father is older, but if the mother is older, then
Mhm.
it usually affects the kid.
Yeah.
But with PCOS, it's these are not limited to having these symptoms, but usually it's weight gain, menstrual symptoms, and acne.
Mhm.
So, like, one thing that I know is, well, not know, but one thing that I've heard from like women is if they take birth control, let me go to the birth control, the pill version, they say that usually they get depressed, their libido drops,
Mhm.
and they what is it? Their libido drops, they get depressed and they gain weight. And that didn't really happen for me. I mean, like, it did make
So
me,
people can actually get depressed by it, or you just talking about like the little symptoms of it, like people being depressed and then they gain weight.
well, some people can get depressed by it. Like, it affects your hormones, and some
Mhm.
people have said they've gotten depressed from taking birth control. And once they got off of it, then they weren't depressed like they were when they were taking it. Another thing, these are ovaries, these are normal ovaries, and then these are with polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Mhm.
Like, not all of them look like this, but there is a chance that they can look like this. And
Then
if you have something like this, then you should always try to get an ultrasound of your ovaries so you can check if your ovaries look like this or look like this. And you should
mhm.
always take care of yourself. Try your hardest to get medical attention and try to fix it. Because there have been cases where women have gone and said, I don't want this anymore. I'm gonna get my cysts taken out of my ovaries, but they can still grow back.
Not really.
hmm It's like there's nothing you can really do. There's no cure for it. It's just
Mhm.
you either like try to help your body like adjust to it and try to get your body and womb ready for like a kid if you want a kid, or try to help you. They usually give women medication. Like, they'll give them
Mhm.
the pill birth control, they'll give them some kind of antidepressant, and if there's something else with them, like say insulin resistance, then they usually give them like what's something they'd give them, probably like metformin to help with their insulin and their
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a hormone disorder. It messes with your hormones, and it's not really fun because lots of girls have this and don't even know about it. And when they get older, their periods, they start changing. Like, I remember when I found out I had it, I went, I was 14 when I had my first period. And
Mhm.
I had my period only 11 times out of the year. I always miss in December, and then I go back and it would reset. And then when I was about 16, I started having my period in December, and then it would just continue to change. Like, my flow would be light one day, the next day it would stop, then it would come back. It's like it fluctuates,
Yeah.
which is supposed to happen, and it will change days. Like, you're supposed to have, let me check on my app, because it's good if you have PCOS or anything to affect your period. Then you should always try to get an app to tell you when you're like, you should track your period. So, like, if you're not sure if it came this month, you can check. It'll say your period should happen in a certain amount of days. And like, it says cycle day 19. It says my period should start in about 13 days. If I
Mhm.
was taking birth
Isn't
control,
that Flow? Is that the Flow app you use? Flow app you use? Or
it's
you use
called
something else?
it's called Eve. It's by Glow.
Yeah,
It's
because
a
I
really nice
remember
app.
I used to have the app, but yeah, when I started I call it Toys.
hmm
I think it was at age 12.
All right. Uh oh, Jenny, you were 12 too? Yeah, I remember a lot of kids. They're like, "Oh, I was I was, what's an age? They'd be like, I was 9, I was 10, I was 12, I was 13. And it was like always way younger than me. And as a kid, I thought it was something wrong with me because I was like, everyone
Mhm.
else is having their period. But like
Yeah.
me, I'm not having mine yet. I'm a late bloomer, and my mom would always tell me it's okay, it's fine. Then I got a little older, and my aunt, she told me, she was like, I have PCOS, and there's a possibility that you might have it. And I think you should go to the doctor and get checked out because if you have it, you need to try to get your body adjusted to
Mhm.
it, and you need to take either birth control or like try to help your body some way because it shouldn't stop you in life. So I ended up going to the doctor when I was about, how old was I? I was about 17 or 18 when I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I had high testosterone for a girl, and I had, my testosterone was a 24. I don't know the scale, but she said it was a 24, which was too high. And she
Mhm.
said I need to take birth control or try to get more estrogen or progestin in my body. And she said that I was overweight and I need to try to fix it. And with PCOS and insulin resistance, that's a very difficult milestone. I had to take metformin to like help my body use the insulin that it was making. And like I had family members say, "Oh, you have diabetes." And it's like the doctor has told me multiple times, I've had multiple blood tests and everything, and they've said that I don't have diabetes. They've
Yeah.
said that it's just a resistance and it can cause the back of your neck to like turn black. There's a lot of people that think the back of your neck turns black is because you don't wash it. I'm not sure if
Mhm.
that is true. If you don't wash it, then it'll turn black. But I do know, however, that it could be insulin resistance and it could just be a buildup on their neck. This is another form of birth control, the cervical cap. I
Mhm.
don't know how you get it up there, but you get it up there and you put it over your cervix. It says
Yeah.
the effective,
Uh,
the
and those
effectiveness.
things get stuck.
I'm not sure. I know there's one thing called the sponge, and when you use it, it has strings on it so you can pull it out. Okay,
Dang. I didn't know
so
they had all this stuff.
yeah, there's like 18, but on Glow it shows 17 for some reason.
Mhm.
All right, it says effectiveness 71% to an 86% with typical use. For the effort, it says you can insert it for up to 6 hours prior. So, is another thing. If you use this, you might want to use spermicide or a male condom, something to protect yourself even more. Because
Mhm.
the lesser the effective rate, the more things you need to help protect yourself. Here it is down here, the sponge. All right, no prescription needed. You could probably easily look this up.
Yeah, that's great that you had done your research because I know a lot of people wouldn't do their research and they will recommend stuff without doing research. You know.
Yeah, I try to do my research on it. Like I've been through Glow, I've looked it up. I've also
Mhm.
like looked it up even further to make sure I know how to like use it if I ever wanted to actually like use it, like actually use it instead of like just buying one and just having it to look at.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Planned Parenthood, lots of people think that this is just a place where women go to get abortions. And that's not
Yeah.
true. They have so many other things. They help with hormones, like if you're transitioning from female to male or male to female, they'll give you the correct hormones you need. They also help with different things like women who don't really have good insurance, like they can go for what's something they
Well,
can
I
go
don't got
for like a pap
insurance.
They can go for a pap smear or anything like that. It's not just getting an abortion there.
Yeah. But if someone
All
see you
right.
there, oh, she's getting an abortion. Oh, she's getting an
Yeah,
abortion.
lots of people think that, and it's like that's not true. You
Right.
could be going there for anything else. Once I finish talking about some more of the birth controls, I'll come back to Planned Parenthood and we can look at some more of the things that they do. Drink strawberry soda. All right, so for the sponge, it says it costs for $15 for up to three of them. Like Jenny said, me and her were talking about this last night. That's about $5 per sponge you get.
Yeah.
And it also says you can just buy it online or at the store somewhere. You have to put it in before intercourse. This it has the steps on how to put it in and everything, and it has little answers and questions like when can I put the sponge in, and then it answers the question like that. Also, one of the best ways to make sure you don't get pregnant is abstinence. The success rate is 100%.
Which
All
one?
right, we talk abstinence, just refraining from sex.
Oh.
All right. So we talked about getting your tubes tied, but we didn't talk about the percent rate. All right, we have about 20-ish minutes left. Okay. So it's a form of sterilization. You can still get pregnant, is what it looks like, apparently, or you just get them tied off. It says over 99% last permanently. The thing is,
Hmm.
even if you get your tubes tied, you can get them untied or you can get pregnant still.
Very really?
Yeah. There have been cases where women get their tubes tied because they've had kids and they don't want to keep having kids. And then they regret getting their tubes tied and they feel very upset about it. And they end
Yeah.
up untied, but they're more cautious to having kids. Okay, we talked about the ring, talked about birth control implant, we talked about male condoms. Okay, so last left on here is the vasectomy. This one, this I don't know if you can get this reversed, but you
Mhm.
probably could. Not sure at all. But this one is kind of scary to me. They call it the snip. Right here it says also called the snip. It's basically where they separate the I don't remember what the little tube is called, but they
Then,
separate.
yo,
Hmm?
can you hear me typing?
Oh no, but they separate the tube and then they tie them off. And they said over 99% effective. Even if you do get the snip or a vasectomy today, if you wait the period that you're supposed to wait, there's still a chance that you can get someone pregnant because the body they harvest the semen throughout the whole tube. It's like while you're having intercourse, it still is in the tube and it doesn't come out for a while till the person's ready or till the body's ready. All right.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to go to the home for Planned Parenthood and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to go through they
I'm gonna
yes, they do
respond to.
abortion services, but it's still this is their number for a healthcare center online or you can
Hmm.
call that number right there 1-800-230 plan. All
Yeah.
right, but this is a map for abortion care. Yes, they do abortions, but the thing is, they still want to make sure you understand that it's your body. So it's your choice if you want to have the abortion or if you want to find different types of like birth control. The other form of birth control I forgot to talk about is the morning after pill or emergency contraception. It's a pill you take the day after. I'm not sure the success rate of it working, but it hold on. Okay, it says accidents happen. That's why there's emergency contraception, a safe and effective way to prevent pregnancy up to 5 days after unprotected sex. And I think this is something you can take for up to 5 days, like it said, but it's like these things are expensive. Like, hold on. Let me look up. All right. All right. This is usually what they look like. You get one in the pack. Now I'm gonna look up the price. Okay. All right. So it says, not sure if that's the right one, but here, right here, it says PlannedParenthood.org. They said it's about $40 to $50 for the Plan B one step. Okay, it says take action and my way generally cost less. So that means these are two brands that cost less than the main brand, which is Plan B. And they say those cost about $15 to $45. You can get them at places like CVS, Walmart, Costco, or Kroger. Kroger, I mean. But
Mhm.
those are some ones you can get. Well, some places you can get it.
Yeah.
All right. I want to know if I missed anything on here. Let me get further into abstinence because a lot of people don't understand what that means. Not sure if they don't understand it or if they just don't care. But if you don't want to get pregnant, the best way not to get pregnant is abstinence.
What is that again? Was that a pill? You said?
Abstinence is basically you just don't have intercourse at all.
Oh,
You
okay.
just
I don't know. What is
excuse
that?
me, I just sneezed. You just keep everything on lockdown. They
Mhm.
say it's 100% effective. It costs $0. They say you have to have dedication and it takes willpower. It also protects you from STDs, which I'll get into right now. So
Alrighty.
with STDs, there are a lot out there, STDs and STIs, and you don't want those. Like the clap, well, aka, well, it's gonorrhea, aka the clap. You don't want that at all. They say it's horrible. Don't know from experience because I've never had an STD or an STI. I've only had one partner in my life, and I intend to keep it that way unless things
Mhm.
happen because things do happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't see myself having a partner and not knowing about their sexual health.
Yeah. I understand that.
All right, this one says breastfeeding as an option. Some women don't like to breastfeed, and that's fine. That's their opinion, that's their choice. But other women do. And okay, here we go. Effectiveness for breastfeeding 98% effective. It costs $0. You have to have dedication, and it works for up to 6 months after giving birth. Some women, for some reason, they say it helps with brain development for kids, but they say that they feed their kids breast milk when their kids are about 3 to 6 years old. Like,
Oh yeah, I heard
it's,
about some people doing that.
I mean, like, I wouldn't do it, but if you want to do it, go ahead. There are other ways you could give your kid the calcium and vitamins they need, like with
Yeah.
the Flintstone vitamins. If you want to do something healthier than
Mhm.
drinking milk or something like that. But it's all up to the mother what she wants.
Right.
All right. Okay, it says it's important to remember that breastfeeding can only be used as birth control for the first 6 months of a baby's life or until your period returns. After that, breastfeeding is less effective, especially as the baby begins to eat solid foods and sleeps longer at nights. Be ready to use another birth control method at 6 months when your period returns or you start feeling your baby or you start feeding your baby food or formula. All right. Lots of the birth controls I went over are you have to use like you will not use, but you have to have a doctor's prescription. Like this
Mhm.
one, you don't need a prescription for a vasectomy. You don't need a prescription for a male condom. You don't need one for a female condom. You usually need them for birth control. I've never heard of needing like a doctor's note for a diaphragm. Sorry, I was about to burp, but I've never
Yeah,
heard of
yeah.
somebody like needing one for a diaphragm. Spermicide, you can literally buy it on Amazon. What else? The cervical cap. I think you could buy one of those at like CVS or somewhere online. The sponge, you
Mhm.
can buy it online. The things like the IUD, the tubes tied, the birth control shot, the birth control patch, the ring, or the implant. I think those are more of like a doctor puts them in. All right, yeah, it says the ring you have to get um prescribed. All right, so I'm gonna look up like some stores that use the ring. I'm gonna try Amazon because
Mhm.
some people they don't like going into stores and they're like, oh, I wanna look online and see if I can get this because they don't feel comfortable walking into the store and buying condoms, pads, or anything for your body.
Mhm.
You should try to like love your body and understand your body's not going to be the same as someone else's. So you should
True.
accept your body being different.
I used to have that. I used to like, dang, I wish my body was like this. But some people, most of their body are plastic or they just have good body. And I just learned and I had to appreciate mine.
Yeah, I feel like everyone should love their body the way it
Mhm.
is. All right, this is a diaphragm. Like how they said you can get a prescription to get it, you can go online and buy it as well.
Yeah.
Mm, what else? Contraceptive gel. There's another one. So there's probably like 19, 20 different contraceptive methods. There's also this. Oh, one I forgot to get into. This is for oral sex, dental dams.
Which one?
It's dental dams. Hold on. Let me look up a dental dam.
Mm. So, like, what do people prefer? That or the regular?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know.
Are they both? I don't know. Like, is
You
there
look
one of them
at,
like dangerous?
well, I mean, like, for a dental dam, I'd be kind of scared to use it if it's like too small. If you stretch it out too far and then you inhale, you can inhale it. Probably not sure. Don't quote me on it. But this is a dental dam. It's like a sheet of paper, except it's made out of like silicone or something.
Mhm.
It's for mostly oral sex. Most people use them for, oh, it's made out of latex as well. There's some made out of latex. But Most people use these for oral sex, and it's for if someone has like something on their lip, like a cold sore, which is a form
Mhm.
of herpes, but it's the simplified version, well, the simplex version, and it's not as bad as like
Do they
regular
use it?
herpes. Hmm?
I'm just looking at the picture.
Uh, but yeah, this is a dental dam. Usually, someone will have like a cold sore on their lip or something
Hmm.
on their face, and they don't want to get it on someone else's body. They'll use that to protect the other person. Excuse me. But yeah, mm, musical silicone period cups. Here we go. Plan B. This wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but yeah, Plan B. This is just buying it on Amazon. $38.85. Free shipping
Dang,
by
really?
Amazon. hmm That's for this one. And
And that was for what was it? Yeah.
the Plan B for
Okay.
if you're
Okay.
sleeping with someone and you
Uh-huh.
need to like make sure you're not pregnant and you
Yeah.
take the emergency contraceptive. This one is for Prime, for Amazon Prime. They have
Hmm.
free shipping by Amazon, and it's $41.49. Hmm. Okay. Silicone diaphragms. Yeah, those are the diaphragms and everything. Uh, the contraceptive film. I'm not sure what the difference in the film and the diaphragm is, besides like maybe the shape or the product used to create it. All right, we have
Yeah.
about 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Yeah. You just. This is like
Um,
actually like nice because like I didn't know half of this stuff or none of this stuff to be honest.
I just want to get this out there because there's a lot of the stuff I wasn't taught
Hmm.
as a kid. Like my parents didn't get into the sex
Hmm.
talk with me till I was already pretty much an adult. I was like, well, not an adult. I was like 17 when they got into this sex talk with me. And that was pretty too late for me because I had already learned what everything is, how to use it, and stuff like that. And I had already known about different birth control methods and stuff. But I was like, I don't need to use any of these because I'm not doing anything. And then I went on to reading like certain things about women with different body, like, what's the word, symptom, like, not symptoms, what's the word, like PCOS, like
Yeah.
that, syndromes. And it's like they use birth control, and I was like, okay, so I could actually like use this if there's something like that wrong with me. And then it was like by the time my parents already taught me about, well, my mom and my grandma, by the time they taught me about this, it was already too late. I'd already learned about what I wanted to learn about. And they were just reteaching me everything because my mom taught me, then my grandma taught me. And by the time both of them taught me, I had already learned sex education from biology class and from just being a kid that had access to the internet and wanted to know where babies came from. Like,
Yeah.
I also had a book. I think it was called Children's Choice or something. It's basically
Yeah.
a book that taught you how to have a kid, what kids do, what it does to your body, and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, um, but yeah, I did this live just to make sure other people knew some of the things that I didn't know about. So if it was like
Yes.
younger girls or younger guys or people
As
of
well as
any
me.
that it's like they don't understand what's going on, they
Yeah.
have a video they can look back on. They have some information that they could look at and say, okay, so she didn't go farther into this, so I'm gonna dive farther into it, and I'm gonna look into it and
Mhm.
see some things that she missed, and see like some things that interest me or stuff like that, because
Yeah.
there are lots of things that people don't know about when it comes to the human body because no one bothered to teach them. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
going to go to the birth control page that I was on and see if I missed any. No, looks like I got them all. I will, however, say make sure you get tested before you get a partner and you two start doing stuff like that. Because,
Mhm.
yes, they can say, oh, I'm not active with anyone else, but stuff like, say, for instance, HPV or something, this, an infection that causes warts on various parts of the body, it's the most common sexually transmitted infection, and it sticks for life. I don't think you can get rid of this. Like, yes, you can get some vaccines, but like once you get it, I'm not sure if you can get rid of it. And like with herpes,
Yeah.
I don't think you can get rid of that either. I
Great
think
kids
it's like
probably. They
once
make
you get it,
sense.
it's it. Like, there's a lot of things that people don't understand. Like, if your partner has crabs, your partner has HPV, they have any kind of thing, you should always get tested. Even if they don't want to
Right.
get tested, you should always try to get tested so
Mhm.
you know you're okay and so you know that they're okay.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't want to go and sleep with them and you catch something like HPV. Say, for instance,
Right.
I keep calling it out. You don't want to catch
Mhm.
a sexually transmitted infection or disease. You want to make sure you're clean. You have to always make sure you're taking care of yourself so you're not walking around here taking care of a little baby or taking care of someone else because they didn't bother to get checked themselves. It's all a
Mhm.
process. Once you get a certain age, you're going to really care about this kind of
Yeah.
stuff because you're not going to want to have like certain things like this happen to you, like AIDS and HIV. Like, you wouldn't want that to just happen to you. Like, you go, you start sleeping around, you get gonorrhea, um, you get clean and everything, and I guess you get rid of it or something, and then you sleep around and then you get like full blown AIDS, like, or HIV. It's one of those. I don't remember exactly which one, or
Mhm.
maybe it's both. Not sure, but it's like you really don't want to go out there into the world without information on how to protect yourself and then catch something, because then it's like you blame everyone else for the information.
Yeah, that's
Like,
so true.
yeah, you blame everyone for not knowing about this when it's like you could easily go on, probably not YouTube, because YouTube, um, the COPPA laws and everything. But you go online and you look up like how STDs are spread or stuff like that. You have to make sure you're taking care of yourself, because if you're not, who else is going to take care of you? You know, yeah, maybe family will, but once your family is old and gone, who's going to take care of you? Like, you have to always make sure you're doing good and you're doing okay. Like, a lot
Mhm.
of, you know how a lot of people we went to high school with had kids before, during, and after high school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, some of them, yeah, they probably wanted to have kids, but it's like you have to remember you can't just bring a child into this world while you're still a child. Because it's like, what if your parents give up on you? And what if your grandparents aren't here to help you? And what if he gives up on you? Or his parents say, I don't want anything to do with you? Then you're just stuck in the system. and it's going to be a cycle. You're going to probably not feel good that all these people are abandoning you, and you're going to have to grow up faster than you should.
Uh-huh.
Like, I feel like everyone needs to know about sexual health and sexual education, because if you don't know about it and something happens, then you can't blame everyone unless your parents kept you extremely sheltered and then you didn't know about like a condom till you got into like college or something. And I think parents, they shouldn't be, I'm not saying don't let them go out there and sleep with whoever they want. Well, I'm not saying let them go out there and sleep with whoever they want. I'm saying make sure you don't force them to stay simple and to stay unknowing of like stuff there is out there.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for today's live
Yeah.
sit down. Make sure you're practicing social distancing. Stay clean, stay safe. Love you guys. Angie,
Okay.
any final words?
I'm gonna say something. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I hope you guys actually learned something new because all of this stuff was new to me. I do not know nothing. No idea.
Be safe. Germs don't play.
What?
Say be safe, germs don't play.
Is that Clev?
Yes.
Has he been here the whole time?
No, he just called me like a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. But yeah, be safe. Germs don't play. Stay
Yeah.
safe from corona. Wash your hands, please, everyone. All right.
Bye guys. Love you, Dance.
Love you too, Jelly. All right.
We'll
Bye,
go live
guys.
tomorrow on your channel again.
Okay.
Bring a new idea, a new
Yeah.
topic.
Yeah, I got to think about a new topic. I'm not sure.
Dr. Dance.
I don't know.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Peace.